All right, folks, I'm Joshua Weisel here in the Weather 225 Storm Studios, taking a look at the forecast for today. We have a couple of headlines as we head into our extended forecast here in just a little bit as well. We have triple-digit heat on the horizon and a couple of chances for potential severe weather. We're going to be talking about that here in just a little bit. For today, we're talking warmer temperatures than we've seen the past couple days. We've seen 92 for highs like we forecasted, and today we're forecasting highs around 96 in Dallas, 97 in Fort Worth, close to 100 in Graham. It is going to be quite hot today. It's only going to get hotter as we head into next week, so make sure that you're staying indoors. Also, make sure that you tune into the weather app for our full heat safety tips. Don't leave kids or pets unattended in a vehicle. That is very, very dangerous. Also, make sure that if you have asphalt around any building or home that you live in, before you walk your pets, make sure that you check that the ground is not too hot where it will injure their paws, because we're just approaching that kind of heat here where it could be dangerous to even walk your pets depending on the temperature. So quite warm today. Make sure that you tune into those heat safety instructions on our website and on our app. Otherwise, 30% chance for the potential for scattered thunderstorms once again today. It'll be like what we saw the past couple of days where there's a handful of storms that develop. Not everyone sees it, but there is going to be scattered development across the area, and we'll see potentially a couple outflow boundaries that will add additional thunderstorm development later on. For tonight, here's a look at what we've got going on across the region. We're talking lows around 75 in DFW with a 20% chance for showers and thunderstorms. Moving on into the extended hourly forecast for today, we'll reach our high of 96 around 3 o'clock with low rain chances pretty much for all of the afternoon, but keep in mind this will be isolated to scattered thunderstorms across the area, so not everyone's going to see it, but those who see it will see brief moderate to heavy rainfall. There could even be a few isolated severe storms as well. We'll show you that in just a second. But for your golf forecast today, this is exclusive to Weather 225. You won't see this anywhere else. Here's a look at the wind conditions, generally out of the east to southeast off and on throughout the day, with low winds between 5 and 10 miles an hour, and of course hot and humid conditions with those low rain chances as we head later on into today. So here's a look at the severe weather risk across the area today, and there is not a risk for the DFW metro in specific, but take a look further to the north and west of the immediate DFW area. There is a low marginal risk. It's kind of like what we saw yesterday. There's going to be a low risk for parts of the area, but there could be a few stronger storms outside of that risk zone as well. Keep in mind, we say this all the time. Mother Nature does not abide by certain boundaries. This is just where the Storm Prediction Center sees the greatest conditions coming together for brief, maybe even isolated severe development, but there could be a few stronger storms across the area. Now, all of them are going to be severe, but we're talking winds to 45, 50, 55 miles an hour with the occasional storm that could be stronger. So we're going to be watching that throughout the day. We'll let you know if anything happens with alerts on our app, but there is a low risk across the area today, mainly for the northwestern portions of the metro. Speaking of severe weather, I mentioned that there's an additional severe weather risk on the horizon. This is what we've got going on for Saturday. Pretty much an isolated storm or two cannot be ruled out for our western counties, but in almost all of the coverage area, we are in a slight risk. And what this doesn't show you here is there's actually a significant hashed area. Now, what that means is, and we've explained this in the past, but if you don't know, a significant hashed area is where the Storm Prediction Center thinks that there could be some enhanced severe weather. Now, the risk is not enhanced itself, but there could be a few storms, and the reason that they have this is because there could be a few storms with hail up to 3 inches in diameter. And we're still a couple days away, so we're going to let you know more information as it becomes available. But there could be some storms capable of 60, 70, maybe even 75 mile per hour winds and hail up to baseball size. So it is going to be potentially an active day because there's going to be a greater chance for more organized severe weather. But that's what we've got going on here for Saturday. So we'll let you know if anything changes. Significant hashed area across the area. Overall, the risk is not the highest we've ever seen, but there is going to be storm chances that you need to be aware of on Saturday just because it's summer. People are out in the lake. They're not going to be focused on the weather, of course. And in fact, there's actually a lot of people that think once we get out of spring, the severe weather risk is over. That's not the case. We've got this going on, and then there's an additional severe weather risk potentially on Monday. We'll show you that here in just a second. But like I said, we're keeping a close eye on this one. Finally, real quick, here's a look at an active alert. This is continuing through this evening, and there's a chance it could be extended into tomorrow just because this has pretty much been in effect for the area for almost the last 9 days now. So we have an ozone action day in effect for today into tonight. Poor air quality is expected once again across the region. And like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if this continues into tomorrow, just because we've seen poor air quality the past couple of days, and we continue that alert into today. Finally, here's a look at the 7-day forecast across the region. And like I said, severe weather alert day is going to be tomorrow across the area. And then take a look, Sunday, high of 100 is forecasted. It's going to be quite warm then. Slight cool down as another system moves through on Monday. Now we have that tagged as a red alert day just because we're looking at some of the models and there's going to be enough instability in the area. We're also looking that there's going to be thunderstorm development in the area based off the models, and we're keeping a close eye on that forecast as well. But we'll get through Saturday and then we'll start focusing more on Monday. Then take a look at this. Unfortunately, for those who don't like hot temperatures, we're going to be in a period over the next at the end of the next 7 days, and even beyond that based off of the models, with triple-digit heat. So it's going to be quite warm on the horizon, so make sure that you're ready for that. Stay tuned for forecasts throughout the day and week on the Live Weather channel. Also, make sure that you stay tuned to those heat safety instructions we put on the app and on the website to make sure that you and your family are safe as we're going into a more warmer period weather-wise as well. Also, if you have any sort of construction projects you need done to the commercial building or home of yours, or if you have any sort of damage to the roof of your home or commercial building, you call our friends at MyPro Construction and Roofing. They don't only just do roofing, they do a million awesome things. We highly recommend them. Check them out today for a free estimate. Make sure that you visit myproconstruction.com or call them at the number that's going to be on the slide coming up here in just a second. And when you do, refer Weather 225. Have a fantastic day, North Texas. Thank you for trusting us for your weather over the last several years. This is our 8-year anniversary. We thank you so much for trusting us over these last 8 years.